Bihar's Mahagathbandan government is mired in allegations of corruption. This time it's over alleged ghotala in the construction of Sainik School in Gopalganj district. The Education Department of Bihar government has approved an amount of 27 crore 59 lakh 50,000 in phase 2 for the construction of the Sainik School, one part of which is currently operating.
We are at Sainik School at Sipaya in Gopalganj, and this school is being constructed by Bihar State Educational Infrastructure Development Corporation under Education Department of Bihar. Now this school is still under construction and the work is not complete because of the corruption. Audit team, after scrutiny of the challans, found that white sand was transported through unrealistic vehicles such as ambulance, e-rickshaws, autos, scooters and theft bikes. All these vehicles carried white sand from mining site to project site, and company paid to the contractor a sum of over 1.5 crore in cash.
It has been revealed from the audit report of the Accountant General that 900 cubic feet sand was procured from Madhepura district instead of Saran, which is over 133 km away from the construction site, whereas the sand could have been procured from within 3 km. The contractor, however, blamed human error and lackadaisical behavior of mining department for this goof up.
छपरा से पहले मंगाया गया, जिस माइनिंग वाले से माँ भवानी ट्रेडर्स, ठीक है ना, वो उसका हर चीज का लिमिटेड ना मिलता है माइनिंग का ये लोग को, तो उसने बोला कि सर खत्म हो गया है अभी हमारे पास, पहले उसने दिया, तो मैंने कहा भाई अभी तो हमें जरूरत है, आप दूसरा कहीं से देखिए दिलवाइए मुझे, तो उसने वो मधेपुरा से मुझे माल दिलवाया.
When asked about the sand being carried by the unrealistic vehicles, the company said it was a typing mistake by the mining department.
एक तो बच्चे बैठा देते हैं ये लोग वहां पर जहाँ पर चालान जो करते हैं, अगर गाड़ी का नंबर समथिंग कोई भी है 6 डिजिट का होता है ना, अल्फा न्यूमेरिकल, अगर गलती से एक भी भूल कर दिया, एक भी अंक, तो वो तो हो गया उल्टा.
After an inquiry, the investigating team submitted a report to the acting DM of Gopalganj. But when faced with questions of proceeds of crime, the district magistrate seemed unaware. He first denied the report and later said it was returned because of some discrepancies, raising doubts over investigation.
उसको वो जांच में आ जाएगा, हम लोग उसको देख लेंगे, जैसा होगा उचित कार्रवाई किया जाएगा.
अवैध कानून नहीं लगता है सर?
फिर मेरे पास रिपोर्ट आया नहीं है, सबमिट किया गया है, उसमें उन्होंने शायद किस ट्रक से ढुलाई की गई है उसकी सारी जिला परिवहन कार्यालय से उसकी सूची निकाली जा रही है, और हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि कितना उससे कहीं ये भी शिकायत था कि शायद 2 व्हीलर या 3 व्हीलर से भी की गई है, तो उसकी जांच कर रहे हैं हम लोग.
The details of the entry of vehicles carrying sand to this site was not maintained clearly indicates two things. Either the sand never reached to this site, or if it reached, there is a possibility of illegal sand mining. But the fact is that the government paid 1.75 crore to the contractor, which is a loss to the government exchequer. Now it remains to be seen whether the government and the education department take action against the corrupt. With camera person Shabu Walam, this is Saurav reporting for CNN News 18 from Gopalganj.
We're crossing over to CNN News 18, Saurabh Rathore, who conducted the ground report. Saurabh, what we also mentioned in that report was that the investigating teams had submitted a report to the acting DM of Gopalganj, Abhishek Ranjan, and he apparently seemed unaware. He also denied the report and said that it was returned because of some discrepancies. What discrepancies were stated in response?
See, Aisha, the DM seemed very confusing. In fact, I tried to reach to the DM, but he refused to speak on camera, and in fact, he didn't give any answer on camera. But we can easily conclude from the video bite that was shown in the report that first the DM said that we didn't get any report from the investigation team, and then he later says that we have received the report. This shows how serious is the administration about such corruption which is prevailing in the state, and if the top officer of the district is not serious about those allegations and is not ready to answer to the media, in fact to the people via media, because we are showing what the actions are taken in the state, and the government officers are not ready to talk to the media, then it should certainly raises doubt as to how these kinds of investigation is moving in the right direction. The audit report says that there were siphoning of funds from the government agency BSEIDC, who had given the tender to the private company, and around 1.75 crore was paid to the company without seeing the bills. Clearly the fake bills were submitted to the government by the private company, and the government paid without cross-checking by which vehicle the sand was transported to the construction site. So it certainly raises doubts over the nexus between the private companies taking tenders from the government and government passing bills without checking the challans. We heard the proprietor saying that it was the fault of the mining department. They entered wrong registration number of the vehicles, and because of that these vehicles came into light. And it reminds Aisha about the Chara ghotala of 1990s, when the fodder was carried on scooters and autos and also on thelas in those days. And now in 2023 the sand is being carried by scooters, motorcycles, e-rickshaws is what we are not saying this. The audit report of the central agency, CAG's audit report of the state has mentioned in the investigating report, after they had conducted a proper probe by going to the site and checking all the challans of the BSEIDC, and then they have asked the district administration to give the report after investigation. So there seems to be some sort of corruption. We saw how the bridge collapsed day before yesterday. 1710 crores was lost of government's exchequer. But this case is related to Sainik School.
Absolutely. Saurabh, thank you so much for getting us that very important information when it comes to this ground report and the investigation. Now let's listen into the first JDU reaction on the Sainik School scam.
किसी भ्रष्टाचार से इसकी तुलना नहीं की जा सकती है। ये जो भी प्रक्रियात्मक गड़बड़ी हुई है, परिवार दाखिल हुआ और जिला प्रशासन ने बगैर कोई राजनीतिक दल की मांग के स्वाभाविक रूप से जिला प्रशासन ने इस पर तुरंत कमेटी बनाई। वह कमेटी की रिपोर्ट 24 से 48 घंटे के अंदर में, चूंकि उसमें जो रिपोर्ट प्रथम दृष्टि आया उसमें और जिला प्रशासन ने और कुछ ऐड किया कि नहीं, इन बिंदुओं पर भी जांच करके लाइए। यहाँ विभिन्न लोगों की विभिन्न राय है। अब तो ऐसे मामले में लोग सीबीआई जांच की मांग करते हैं, जिसको तकनीकी कोई जानकारी नहीं है। महत्वपूर्ण विषय यह है कि आईआईटी रुड़की के द्वारा जो प्रतिवेदन दिया गया, जिसमें प्रथम दृष्टया प्रतिवेदन के आधार पर सरकार ने कार्रवाई सुनिश्चित किया, अब इसके आधार पर अगर और कोई लैप्स से जाएगा तो कंपनी पर और दूसरे लोगों पर कार्रवाई होगी।
All right, so there you have the JDU saying that a report will be submitted within the next 48 hours. So more developments will follow. With this, we're heading into a very short break.